Imagine cutting your hand open thousands of years ago. No doctor, no medicine, no hospital. So how did cavemen survive? Their world was dangerous, beautiful, and unforgiving. Every day brought risks that could turn a small injury into disaster. A sharp stone, a thorn, or even a simple fall could become a life-threatening problem. Survival meant using tools every day, and every tool that helped them live could also badly hurt them. And sometimes, one quick mistake was all it took. A deep cut could change everything in seconds. The first line of survival was not medicine. It was the group, reacting fast before the injury got worse. Before anything else, they needed safety, warmth, and shelter. Protection came first, treatment came second. A sheltered cave could mean the difference between recovery and death, especially when cold and infection were constant threats. In many groups, knowledge lived in memory. The oldest survivors often knew which natural remedies were worth trying. Now, the real question begins. Without modern medicine, what exactly could they do to keep him alive? First, they had to understand the wound. Was it shallow, deep, still bleeding, or already packed with dirt? The greatest danger was not only blood loss. Dirt trapped inside a wound could lead to deadly infection. So one of the smartest things they could do was simple: wash the wound as clean as possible. They may have used water, soft fibers, or even clean moss to remove dirt before it could do more damage. Then came pressure. Stop the bleeding first, because too much blood lost meant the body had little chance. Nature offered materials everywhere. Moss, bark, leaves, and plant fibers could all become primitive bandages. Wrapping the injury helped protect it from dirt, kept pressure on the cut, and gave the body time to respond. But even after the bleeding stopped, the real enemy could still be waiting: infection. This is where experience mattered. Some plants may have soothed pain, while tree resin may have helped cover and protect wounds. They had no pharmacies, but they did have something powerful: generations of trial, error, and survival knowledge. Once the wound was cleaned, natural remedies may have been applied to soothe the skin and protect the injury. Early humans did not know chemistry, but they knew something important. Some plants helped, and some made things worse. Covering the wound helped keep out dirt and gave the body a better chance to heal on its own. Clean water mattered more than they may have realized. Dirty water could make an already bad situation much worse. Water, rest, and shelter were not small comforts. They were essential parts of survival. Healing takes energy. Even in prehistory, the body needed time and stillness to repair itself. Fire was more than warmth. It helped the weak stay alive through cold nights and harsh weather. Smoke may also have helped keep insects away, reducing one more threat around open wounds. Food also mattered. A body fighting pain or sickness needed strength, and strength came from eating when possible. But cuts were only one part of the story. For cavemen, broken bones, fever, and serious injury were even harder to survive. A broken bone was far more dangerous. It could stop someone from hunting, escaping predators, or gathering food. If a limb could not move properly, the best chance was keeping it still and protected. Sticks, bark, and plant fibers may have worked like early splints, holding bones in place while time did the healing. This was not advanced surgery. It was practical care, careful hands, and knowledge gained from repeated survival. Fever was another mystery. They could not see germs, but they knew when the body was fighting something serious. For sickness, care was simple but important: water, rest, warmth, and someone watching closely. They also learned to avoid obvious danger: rotten meat, dirty water, and foods that made people sick before. A sick person who was fed, warmed, and protected had a better chance than someone left alone. Survival was teamwork. When one person became weak, others had to carry the burden until they recovered. But even with care, nature was harsh. Sometimes the wound healed. Sometimes it did not. Without modern medicine, survival was never guaranteed. A small wound could heal or slowly become deadly. They did not have antibiotics, surgery, vaccines, or microscopes. Their knowledge was powerful but limited. Over generations, they learned from painful experience. Some plants helped, some did nothing. Some were dangerous. Every survivor became a teacher. Every lesson remembered could save someone in the future. Days later, if the wound stayed clean and the body stayed strong, healing could finally begin. Recovery meant more than feeling better. It meant returning to the group and surviving another day. Their strongest medicine may have been community. People sharing food, warmth, protection, and knowledge. They did not have medicine like we do today, but they were building the first steps toward healing. Modern medicine began with questions our ancestors had to answer the hard way. What heals? What harms? And what keeps us alive? So cavemen survived without medicine through nature, memory, teamwork, and luck. Not always, but often enough for humanity to continue.